The ride to the Adenauer plots is a dismal one. Your only company on the train is an elderly dwarf in a ragged peacoat, and he spends most of his time muttering to himself. When the train rattles to a stop, he slowly rises from his perch and begins to hobble toward the doorway. The station itself isn't much different. An old, broken-down thing at the end of its useful life, feebly tottering toward obsolescence. This area of Berlin has clearly seen better days. A window of light shines down from the surface, and even that looks stale. Slowly, you begin to climb. Alright. Well, yeah. We take drugs. Fuck yeah. Drugs are awesome. The streets above the Adenauer Platz are dark and dismal. This Kiez has seen better days. Everything here reeks of economic depression and faded glory. Looming above you is a fortress-like, seemingly impregnable facility. The windows have been shuttered with enormous steel panels, lending the entire building a sinister appearance. That's our target. Sutherland Bioscience. I wonder what happened in there. It might still be happening for all that we know.
That's a cheerful thought. Come on, boss. Let's get this over with.
Fair. Let's just have a little poke around, shall we? See if we find any vagabonds that might have some info for us, you know? Oh, hello. Who are you guys? You're just there, huh? Wow, the gun sure did just teleport out of your hand, huh? That's interesting. I'm just not gonna worry about that, I guess. Okay. Wow. Oh, this might still get us money. We could get some pay data from stuff. Did we post any pay data before we left for this, too? I can't remember if we got anything from the last job we did. Oh, that's literally blocked off. That's odd. I guess we have to go around. Ah, fuck. Are you serious? There we fucking go. Come on. Oog. Oog, ugh. Oof, ouch, owie. Okay, we're just gonna move. I literally can't aim over... Oh, that's why they're not attacking me from here. Because they literally can't shoot over that gap. What about you? How did that fucking miss, honestly? This game is such bullshit sometimes. Though we've talked about that pretty fucking extensively at this point. Die. Die. And if I run over here, are we gonna be cool? Yep. And wow, that made those open, which is very convenient. All right, door open. Door that we did not even know was locked is now open. Now, what's going on in here? This terminal governs the animal testing wing of Sutherland Bioscience. Data entries concerning animal test subjects and the procedures performed upon them fill the menu screen. Let's look at the Hellhound testing protocols. This entry contains notes on a variety of invasive test procedures that were performed on a kennel of Hellhound test subjects. There are several memos appended to the file. Apparently, the scientists working in the animal testing wing were less convinced that working with dangerous fire-breathing animals would yield useful results than the executives were. Basilisk testing protocols. This entry covers the various forms of experimentation and testing performed on Sutherland's prized possession, a rare albino basilisk acquired from an exotic animals dealer in Portugal. It appears that the basilisk was being used as the primary focus of a passion project at Sutherland, an attempt to create a magically active piece of bioware. While the executives in charge of the project felt that a basilisk would make an appropriate test subject, is not clarified. The list of procedures performed on the creature is extensive, including a series of unanesthetized thoracic surgeries. Cool. You taught this thing pain and hate. I love that for me. Open door. Hi! There are drones, huh? Doesn't seem like there's anything causing the drones to be active that I can hack, so I guess we'll just have to go hog. Immune to bleed, so glory isn't the most helpful against them, but whatever. Fuck it, we ball, right? Ow! That's a grenade. It's fine. Dang. Glory, please be fine. I'm sorry for hitting you, but like, it's just how shotguns work. Dang. Glory's too fucking good, honestly. Unreal how good of a character Glory is. Both mechanically and in story. Oh, are we saving? Yep. Oh, let's go in here. There was an item in here, right? I think I saw it. Yeah. Wow, 72 new yen. Really fucking hitting the big time, huh? We're rich. Hello? A wild-eyed young man in a tattered lab coat confronts you. His beard is bushy and unkempt, but bare patches of skin show through.
You there? Who are you?
He stalks toward you, his hands twitching.
How dare you enter my domain?
Easy there, pal. I thought that this lab was abandoned.
Abandoned? This is my territory, my home. You are an invader in my territory, dwarfling, and you have murdered my peasantry.
Dietrich mutters under his breath.
We've got a live one here, boss.
He continues his rant without pausing for breath.
You are a murderer, a monster. You will pay.
Hold up. Who are you?
I am Philip Rext, the Night King of Sutherland Bioscience. I will have you banished for your transgressions, dwarfling. Banished to the underworld and left to the ravages of the all-powerful Billy.
He pauses, blinking.
Hold still while I fetch the robots that will banish you.
Your peasants opened fire on me. I destroyed them in self-defense.
No, they wouldn't do that. They were gentle and kind. You're an outsider. You don't understand the bond of trust and respect that we shared. I did my best to make life good for the peasantry. I scrubbed their plastic cases on a daily basis, and I crooned pleasing melodies to ease their troubled minds. But those days are over now. My peasants are dead. You destroyed something beautiful.
Well, I have good news for you, Your Highness. The door's open. You can leave now.
Leave? Abandon my kingdom? Never!
He puffs out his chest.
For I am a proud and benevolent ruler. This is my sovereign kingdom, and I will never abandon it.
All right, sire. I'm sorry about your peasants, but I'm on an important, quest. The grief on his face instantly vanishes. What replaces it looks like curiosity.
Oh? Well, that changes everything. Perilous quests and civilian casualties go together like chocolate and peanut butter. I can't stay mad at you for that. Tell me about this quest of yours, good dwarfling. Leave nothing to the imagination.
He leans forward, smiling. You have my rapt attention. I'm here to liberate some prototype bioware. The stuff that Dr. Xavier Escabel funded.
Escabel sent you, the treacherous Spaniard.
He mumbles under his breath.
You must be looking for the samples in cold storage. That means that you're heading for the executive wing. Take this as a warning, stranger. If you intend to forge your way into that land of milk and honey, you do so at your own peril. The underworld stands between you and your goal, and the underworld is home to the murderous Billy.
I think I've read about this Billy. He was Sutherland's albino basilisk, right?
Was is right. Now he is so much more. A creature of legend. Years of experimentation have remade the beast into the ultimate killing machine. He's smarter than 10 men and 5 times as deadly.
If this Billy is standing in my way, I guess that'll have to kill him. He snorts.
A fool's errand. Hayner tried to kill Billy once. He thought that by eating the beast, we could steal its power. Hubris. Billy devoured my friend for his insolence, and the last remaining copy of Keycard E was lost. He was a beautiful fool, that Hayner. I told him that we didn't need to eat Billy, that we could survive indefinitely on synthesized cardiac tissue and choco nubs. But he wouldn't listen, and Keycard E was lost. And without it, I can no longer access the executive wing and this expansive snack bar. I have eaten nothing but bat-grown metahuman organs for a year and a half, stranger. I would kill for a choco nub.
I think that I've heard all that I need to about Billy. Just tell me how to get into the executive wing.
Very well, stranger. If you cannot be dissuaded, I will help you.
The ragged lab tech fishes in his coat pocket with a bony hand and produces a thin slip of plastic. He presents it to you with a flourish.
This is my most prized possession, the incomparable Keycard B. Using this, you can descend to the underworld and face Billy. If you should survive the encounter, search for the long-missing Keycard E. Use it to reopen the executive wing, and I will see to it that you are richly rewarded.
All right, man. Whatever you say. Search Machine's video archive. Paging through the computer's file system, you find a number of archived video feeds from the building's surveillance system. In addition, episodes 1 through 6 of an old Slovakian period fantasy series called Night Kings of Lightning Hold have been saved to the machine's desktop.
I've heard of that show. It's supposed to be horrible. I mean, really, really bad. Never watched it myself, but I hear that it made Neil the Orc Barbarian look like high art.
Watch the security archive dated 18 months ago. As the video feed kicks in, Philip is engaged in an animated discussion with somebody who's standing just outside camera range. You can see his shoes and his shadow, but nothing more. The voice sounds human. You'd guess that the off-camera speaker is a man in his early 20s. Look, we've survived this long. If we play our cards right and do a proper bit of rationing, I reckon that we can live off of the executive snack bar for a long time to come. We'll have plenty of fat and sugar. Those won't be a problem. We've got mixed nuts for protein, and we can get our vitamins and minerals from diet bars. There aren't many of those, but like I said, we'll ration. I'd be willing to bet that we can hold out for 2 to 3 months on what's stashed away in that snack bar. We should be rescued before we run dry. You're fooling yourself, man. Ignoring the unpleasant truth rather than facing it. We have to accept the fact that we could be stuck in here for the long haul. The snacks are great and all, but they can't be our staple food stuff. We need to stretch them out as far as humanly possible, and that means supplementing them with something more substantial. There is a long pause. You don't mean... Look, just think of it like farming, right? If we looked after our crops, we'll always have food to eat. We have enough supplies on hand to keep the tissue cultures in the Orgcam wing growing indefinitely. What I'm talking about growing meat for our own survival. That's all it is. Metahuman meat, Phil. Synthetic hearts and livers and kidneys grown to be implanted into people like you and me. You're talking about eating people parts. It's fucking disgusting and I won't do it. Unless you fancy dying of malnutrition, you're gonna have to. You know that as well as I do. Organ meats are rich in vitamins and minerals. Choline, CoQ10, vitamin D, bioavailable iron, all things that we're gonna need if we want to survive in the long term. You won't find much vitamin D in licorice sticks and choco nubs. You're talking like they're never going to rescue us. We're in Berlin, Heiner. What they? Who do you think is coming? We need to be prepared to survive here for a long time, maybe years. And that means making the most of the resources that are at our disposal. You're talking about resorting to cannibalism, man. No, I'm talking about eating meat. I mean... Is it cannibalism if it doesn't come directly from a person? Like, if it's grown, is it cannibalism? You're not harming anybody. Right? So it's probably fine. I'm kind of on Phil's side here. Like, if you're just growing meat, and that meat happens to be organs that would go into people, I think it's fine ethically, because it's not coming from a person, right? It's fine. In fact, growing meat is what we should be, like, striving to do, because it's more eco-friendly. An image flickers onto the frame. Philip, leaning against the wall, listlessly chewing on an unidentifiable hunk of cooked meat. He looks miserable. A drone comes to inspect him, and he pushes it away. Heiner's voice crackles in over the intercom. Philip doesn't look up. Also, like, at least he's not enjoying eating it, right? I'm going now, Phil. No more arguments, okay? There's a long pause. In lieu of responding, Philip takes another bite of meat and gnashes at it with his teeth. I mean, yeah, I guess. I wonder if it will still cause that illness / whatever that happens when you eat human meat. Is that a thing? Oh. I'm gonna do some Googling really quick. What happens if you eat human meat? Kuru. What the fuck is Kuru? Kuru is a rare, incurable, and fatal neurodegenerative disorder that was formerly common among the 4 people of Papua New Guinea. Prions? Prion. Huh. A prion is a misfolded protein that can transmit its misfoldedness to normal variants of the same protein and trigger cellular death. Prions cause prion diseases known as transmissible spongiform encephalopathies that are transmissible, fatal neurodegenerative diseases in humans and animals. Oh, so Kuru might be a prion disease. The proteins may misfold sporadically due to genetic mutations or by exposure to an already misfolded protein. How do you get a prion disease? Transmissible. Yeah, okay, yeah. So, Kuru would be a transmissible prion disease that I guess you can get if you eat human meat? I like how you look at the Wikipedia page for Kuru. It says risk factors. Cannibalism. Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah, I think since it's lab grown, it might be safe from prion diseases. I'll kill that fucking thing. You'll see. That goddamn basilisk is going down. Once we can get down into the sewers again, we might be able to find a way out. This is our chance, Philip. Wish me luck. Philip says nothing. The video continues to play for a time, then cuts to static. The video feed flickers onto the screen. In it, you find Philip standing in the corner of the room that you're in now. He looks haggard, exhausted, and he carries a haunted look in his eyes. Hainer is notably absent. Cheap synthesized music pipes in from somewhere off-screen. Philip turns to stare in the direction that the music came from. A smooth, baritone voice sings out a phrase in Slovak. A half-second later, a different voice shouts a translation in German. Oh my god, we're not reading this. Philip stares, glassy-eyed, as the show begins. The synthesized music blares. Oh god, we gotta. A deep, trollish voice rumbles out of the media center speakers. I, Titonius Rex, will defend my realm. I do so swear before my magic sword, Argonar. This I do swear. An alarmingly breathy elvish voice sings out in response. But Titonius, the Jubathon hordes will smite you if you stay. The people in that valley are only peasants. You needn't throw your life away for them. Flee with me into the enchanted wood of Trolasheen. Please make this stop. My life is sworn to protect those peasants. She-elf, run back to your enchanted trees if you will, but a Night King will never flee. But Titonius, her voice comes out in a lilting wail. You cannot die. I love you. Then go to your father and beseech him to rally his elf troops southward. For if Titonius Rex falls, Lightninghold will fall, and Lightninghold will not fall. The troll drones on, audibly struggling to emote and occasionally tripping over his lines. Overall, the acting quality is roughly on par with what you'd expect from a primary school Christmas pageant. Philip stares at the screen, listlessly chewing his meat. His nose is wrinkled in distaste, and his fists clench and unclench. Mercifully, the video feed cuts to static. Let's watch this. Our security archive dated 8 months ago. The screen flickers, and the video feed of Philip pops onto the screen. He's standing in the corner, watching an episode of Night Kings of Lightninghold. His jaw hangs slack, and he stares at the screen in rapt attention. But father, Titonius Rex is risking his life, laying his very soul to defend Lightninghold from the Jubathons. His enchanted sword, Argonar, feeds upon his honor and bravery, and it seeks to transform him from a noble Night King into an evil demon lord. Philip's lips move silently, mouthing the words as they are spoken. Evidently, he has committed the entire script to memory. My darling daughter, that is why I cannot send my troops. Your beloved Titonius Rex walks the knife's edge between light and darkness every time he draws that devil blade from its scabbard. It is long past time that you learn the truth about me, Brenna. I was the one who trapped the demon lord Karabork within that blade. The breathy actress lets out a sharp gasp. Phil mimes the emotion, and a tear begins to trace its way down his cheek. But father, you can't mean... Yes, my daughter, I was the one they called Thunderspear, the sworn enemy of Titonius Rex's people, the Hunga barbarian tribe. Then all this is your fault. The Jubathorns, the threat of my beloved soul, all of it. It was the only way to save Trallasheen, my darling daughter. Trallasheen and your mother, whom I hid away when you were but a girl. She's still alive, Brenathe. Oh my god. A security drone floats by to inspect Philip. Idly, he reaches out and begins to stroke its casing, petting it as if it were a house cat. The video feed flickers and sputters out, and you find yourself back at the main menu. I really want, a campaign in this game that takes place in that fictional universe. I think that would be very funny. Watch the security archive dated today. The screen flickers and Philip appears on the screen. He appears to be dancing with one of the security drones. The little machine weaves and bobs frantically to avoid colliding with him, and with every motion the lab tech slides in to fill the empty space. Around and around they go, twirling and writhing across the laboratory floor. There is an enormous smile on Philip's face. Then the lights go dim, and an alarm begins to sound. Danger! Danger! Intruder detected. Security protocols engaged.
I admire your bravery, noble vassal.
Philip rests a hand on top of the little drone.
But this is my fight. I, Philip Rex, will defend this land with my life. Indeed, with my very soul. Sir, please clear the area. Hostiles inbound. No, noble spirit, it is you who must... I repeat, clear the area. Hostiles inbound.
He nods slowly, his face beaming with pride.
Maybe you're right. I am already a Night King. Perhaps this is your time to shine. I will not rob you of this moment of glory. I will allow you your moment in the sun. And when you return victorious, I will grant you lands and titles to reward your heroism. Please clear the area.
Philip turns and steps out of camera range. The drone is joined by two others, which wait in a holding position facing the camera. The picture breaks into static and the video feed cuts off. Well, we know what happens from there. Alright. Let's check in here. Nothing in there. This is a fun quest. I like this quest. There's another room over here. And there's a room there. Oh, that's just going... Okay. Oh. Oh, this, goes to where the basilisk is. Is there anything in this little room here? Ah. This terminal appears to contain an inventory control system for Shadowrun Biosciences merchandise. The items are spelled out in amber lettering against a solid black background. A glowing cursor awaits your input. Tissue Bank's Organ Farm. The Sentry provides a complete breakdown of the standard organs that are being grown in the organic chemistry wing of Shadowrun Bioscience. It seems that the lab was outfitted with the capacity to mass-produce vat-grown metahuman organs, including hearts, kidneys, livers, and lungs. This material would then be used for testing purposes. Breakdown and analysis. The Sentry contains a complete log of studies performed by Shadowrun employees on the products of competing biotech companies. BioWare samples by Universal Omnitech, Shiawase, Proteus AG, and Biogene have all gone under the knife here, and the results of each dissection have been meticulously recorded. Replication/fabrication. The Sentry contains notes on Shadowrun's attempts to replicate products that it had previously dissected and studied. According to the information here, Shadowrun had achieved a shocking level of success at producing generic versions of a wide variety of commercial and restricted BioWare products. These knockoff products were commissioned by an outside investor and had been moved into cold storage in the executive wing pending transport. Contract fulfillment. This entry contains a complete breakdown of the organs waiting in cold storage to be claimed by clients and investors. Scanning over the list, you see a number of high-end security level enhancements in inventory. BioWare, like this, would normally run tens of thousands of new yen. If this is what Escabel was commissioning Shadowrun to produce, he could undercut all of his competitors and still make an ungodly profit. Special projects. This entry details a number of projects that involve invasive testing on awakened animals. There are listings for a number of hellhounds, including their complete medical histories. It appears that most of the experimental procedures listed were performed on a subject named Billy, but who or what Billy might be has been left undisclosed. Yeah, Billy the albino basilisk. What's in this room? Oh, that's the executive room. Can I hack this? Nope. Then what's down here? Money. I imagine these would all go to the same place, right? Ah. A locked safe. Huh. Yeah, I see that. Oh! Oh! There's the hellhounds! And the Billy. These are really cramped quarters for Ager to be fighting in, honestly, which sucks. Because I have Spectre into Rifle. Oh, no. God, that is a bullshit thing that basilisks can do. That's... Yeah, I mean, what did I expect? Let's get behind cover. And also, I don't think we're gonna do much other combat here, so we might as well summon a spirit. Oh! Yeah? Uh-huh. Right. One behind, huh? Wow, why is Glory's aim so bad? That'll die next turn, I think. But I could also do that. Ager, love? We gotta go... Maybe aim at this. We're dealing with this pretty alright, honestly. My AP is still fucking gone. There we go. Die. Wow. Die. I'll go over here. We might as well. It's okay, Catherine. I mean, I've kind of been playing these games back to back a lot, and also I've just been on a CRPG kick, so I'm a little bit primed for combat, you know. Here's what I'm gonna do. Wow, still at 68% to hit that. Okay, good. Oh, shut up. Boom. Boom, bam. I'm so fucking good at video games. So there's the executive key card. There's also... There's a ladder over here, right? Yeah. So I can get into that little room with the locked safe. Which I do want to do. Oh, and I didn't grab this. Hell yeah. What is in it? Oh. I really don't care. I really do wish you could just sell those. Because they're useless to me.